All right, guys, shocker, a new Islander release. So Islander offers amazing value watches that are kind of enthusiast driven, if that makes sense. That's how it always started out, and it's just kind of evolved from there. When I say that, I mean it's like there was a void in the market when Seiko discontinued a lot of models, and that's where Islander picked up and carried the torch. But now we're even beyond that, where there's models coming out that are their own identity within the brand in beautiful colorways. Like I love this Port Jefferson. This guy here, full titanium. That's that's going to be kind of Seiko-ish. And then I love this one here too. So of course I'm going to like this guy. This is the new one I want to talk about. This is the ISL. What did I do with the hang tag? 191. So, and yeah, you can name some of them, but at how relentless Islander is at putting out new models, basically they're going to have to number them because there's just too many of them. But this one does have a name. It's the Calabro. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But it's a world time, and it's the first time the Islander crew has packaged up the new Seiko NH34 GMT movement. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to offer up a very cool looking design at a crazy good price. I think on their website right now, actually right there on the hang tag, these are listed at $329. So just over 300 bucks. What do we get? I'll show you what we get. We get a very cool looking watch in that very cool like golden starburst kind of yellow, kind of a Pogue colorway, which is what I liked about this guy over here too. So there's some other colorways. If this is not your jam, there's other colorways. Don't freak out. I know this colorway is not for everybody. But we have that Pepsi chapter inside. We have blue up top, red on the bottom with 24-hour markers there for the GMT hand. On the NH34, it is forward only. When you move the crown backwards, you're going to adjust the date. So it is a quick set date with a forward only GMT hand. A lot of people will call it the caller's GMT. And I don't know why everyone has it stuck in their head that they have to have a traveler's GMT. You know what? Own a few of these watches and tell me that you're okay with not having the quick set date. Like, because most people that are buying these, and like myself, we have a lot of watches. And when you go to set the time and the date on your traveler's GMT, it takes a little bit longer. It's not a big deal, but it just takes a little bit longer. This one you can get up and running quicker. Okay. Now that I'm 3 minutes in, and I wanted to, like, I'm trying to break that mindset where everyone's just so heavily focused on having a traveler's one. There's nothing wrong with this style of GMT, guys. Trust me. Case size, 40 millimeter. Lug to lug, 48. It's a little bit on the thicker side, 14 millimeter, but keep in mind, the standard old school Seiko SKX diver is 13.5 millimeter. So this is literally a half a millimeter thicker than that. And you have a fourth hand. 20 millimeter lug width, so you can change out the strap if you want. It does come on this really nice H-link bracelet. Has polished bits on those center links to kind of like give it a little pizzazz. Standard Islander clasp here, 3 micro adjust. Fold over keeper signed with the Islander logo. Absolutely love the case back. There's really no way to improve that, in my opinion. Maybe they'll do something later on down the road. You know, they definitely will do like on custom runs on certain watches. But this Islander case back is awesome. I guess maybe I would say thinner, but this is actually already really thin. And it's super smooth, very comfortable on wrist, and just a good looking case back. 200 meter water resist. Oversized signed 7.5 millimeter crown. And you have a gold toned coin edge, 120 click bezel. It is unidirectional, meaning that it only goes in that one direction. There's a little bit of springiness to it, but it's not really play. It's just the way the spring and gasket work. The other thing you'll notice there, if I round around top here, so you have all it's the world timer, right? So you have all the different cities, locations for timing, but check that out. Instead of New York, it says Long Island. Appropriate. I'm sure anytime a world time is going to be done from Islander watch, it's going to say Long Island. It only makes sense. But you have all those different cities on there for your timing. World time bezel. Applied markers, raised markers, Arabics at the 12, 3, and 9, the cardinal positions, minus the 6 o'clock position is reserved for a cutout date, keeping the dial mostly symmetrical. Let's zoom back out. Let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. I forgot to mention, maybe you guys noticed, but you know, some of the stuff I just take for granted, but it does have screw pins. An Islander uses, I'm assuming this is the same. I forget what that pin is called, but it's, I don't know. I'll have to ask Mark what that pin is called. Or you guys can chime in. You tell me in the comments. I don't know. It's not a standard pin. But here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Looks, wears, feels great. So if you want a kind of a Pogue colorway world time GMT, this is it. The ISL-191. I don't know that anyone else is doing anything like that. And they're certainly not doing it at $329. Let's give it a quick blast with the UV light. Let's check the lume on this thing. It's hard for me to tell what color this lume's going to be because of the way oh, it's green. There we go. Now we know. And we have the loomed out Islander logo and Islander verbiage. Well done. Plenty bright enough, long lasting, clearly legible. World time. Check it out. Link in the description. Big thanks to Mark and the crew for sending this over so I can check it out and I can share it with you. Now I need to box it up and send it back to them. Thanks for watching.